Good evening, we're here with the Netball show again. I have Michaela Bolte at my left.
How are you, Hugh?
I'm well, Michaela. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you.
Lovely warm weather, and it's got us up and about and ready for a good show.
Absolutely.
And the top stories today, what have we got, Mac?
So we've got some Heatherton shock the reigning premiers in a really, really intense game on Saturday that I think we'll be looking at later on in the show. We've got the interleague coach has been appointed, and we'll tell you a little bit more about that later on.
And I believe you know plenty about the interleague coach, so you can educate
exciting.
me on that one.
We've got some rumours going around.
Have we?
Yeah, I think they might be in the league.
What have you done this time, Mac?
Oh, a bit of everything, that's all right.
Okay.
And also injuries. So injury update. Hugh, I feel like there was a big injury in the Morty Alex side on Saturday.
There was, sadly. Emily Morris, a Morty Alex main shooter, went over on an ankle late in the game. The thinking was that she might have done ligaments. She's had scans early this week. I'm not quite sure what the result of those were, but it certainly didn't look good. So, Emily, from us, very quick recovery to you, and hope you're well, and hope we see you back on the court very soon. That injury update brought to you, Mac, by
Body First Health Group, which is one of our great sponsors on the show.
Well, let's throw straight into the Division 1 match of the round, which was Heatherton against Morty Alec, and as mentioned before, Heatherton beat Morty Alec by 28-25.
Yeah, so it was a really intense game from all accounts, and a very low-scoring game for Div 1, so sort of shows how much of a fight it was for both sides.
Heatherton brought the pressure to this one, and it was a bit of a scrappy game because of the amount of pressure that was brought. Heatherton forced Morty Alec into error, and basically looked as though they wanted the win more than Morty Alec did. Now, appearances can be deceptive, of course, but that's certainly how it looked from the sideline. Yeah,
and Heatherton had Beth Wilson back, who was their top goal scorer for the game, which was very exciting for them, and we'll put the competition up a bit from Heatherton's side. And obviously Emily Morris is always a key target for Morty Alec with 13 of their goals as well.
Very scrappy opening quarter, which Morty Alec took a slender lead at quarter time, and they led by only 15-10 at half time, but Heatherton rattled on 13 goals to 2 in the third quarter, and that was the defining burst for the game. Heatherton led by 6 at the last change, and Morty Alec couldn't quite reel it in.
Yeah, absolutely. And I also think there was someone playing their 50th game there. So, Lucy, congratulations from Morty Alec.
Yes, congratulations, Lucy, and let's hope 51 is a little bit happier for you in terms of the scoreboard. What about the other results, Mac?
So we had Cheltenham and St Paul's. So St Paul's first game back for the year. And Cheltenham took away a massive win with 64-33 their way.
Cheltenham looked very good in round one, and they carried that on to take their first win in Division 1. Before the game, I spoke to Emily Gardner from St Paul's. Let's just throw to that interview. Okay, we have Emma here from St Paul's Netball Club. Your first game today, having had the bye in round one. You confident about today?
We've got a few players out, so it could go either way, but I'm hoping we'll come out with the win.
Yeah, good luck with that. I hope you go well. Have you prepared well as a side for the year?
Yeah, we've done a bit of pre-season. We did a bit with the footy boys, got our fitness up, so hopefully that helps us throughout the season.
That'll certainly help you. Now, I know your two captains are out today. Who's leading the side today?
I guess I will.
always up for the challenge, Emma?
Yeah.
That's good. So, look, mainly the same side as last year, so you've got a bit of cohesion there. You're gelling well.
Yeah.
Cheltenham last week looked quite good. They moved the ball well. How do you think you'll play today? You're going to go quick, or is it going to be a slow build-up? What do you think?
I feel it could be a bit of a slow build-up. Just get back into it, because it is our first game all together, so hopefully it goes all well.
Okay, well look, I'll let you warm up with the girls. Thank you for your time, Emma, and good luck today to St Paul's.
Thank you.
All the best. Okay, unfortunately Emily didn't have much success in terms of the match, but thanks for talking to us, of course. Dingley v Caulfield, that's one that you watched, Mac.
Yeah, it was a great game, and Caulfield started off really strong with a held ball on the first centre pass, but unfortunately Dingley just their tireless work in defence, and they didn't drop a ball all game, so they came away with a really convincing win of 18, and it was great to see another amazing hit out, and as we said, there'll be no easy games in Div 1, and I don't think the score reflected the competition that was on the court.
Dingley, an extremely fit side, also very experienced, so that's quite a potent mix really, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Hugh, can you tell us who I spoke to before the match on Saturday? I certainly can. Well, Cheltenham have two twins that play, the Seedley girls, Meg and... Alex?
That would
yes, Meg and Alex. And it was great to catch up with them and see how their transition to Division 1 is going. And now, Hugh, a bit of a bone to pick with you. You filmed the interview.
And I did it very well, I thought.
But I think it's fair to say you always like to be in front of the camera because your beautiful finger was covering me the whole interview. So
well, that is not actually a finger. That is actually the side of an umbrella.
Oh.
Basically, it was a very sunny day, and I had to keep the sun off my bones.
Good try, but it's very clear that that's your finger. So we'll need to work on your film work before the end of the season, I think. But a great interview there, so we might have a bit of a look at that now. Okay, so I'm joined with some Cheltenham girls here today, Meg and Alex. Their first season in Division 1, so very exciting for the club. Now, girls, how'd you go last week?
We played Oakley and we went down by 3, but I think we're all pretty happy with our first round effort.
Yeah, absolutely. You have some calls today. How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, I think it'll be another good game. And yeah, see how we go. We don't really know too many of the teams, so just see how we go, yeah.
All right, and I hear among you guys there's someone who is a leading goal scorer in Div 2.
Yeah.
So very exciting. How do you reckon you went last week putting the shots up?
Oh, I don't know. No idea. That was a bit of a surprise last year, so we'll see how we go.
Absolutely. Now, girls, we know that Oakley have Fake Tan Friday. Do you guys have something up your sleeve that you guys do funny as a club?
Not really. We like to talk about one of our girls, Casey. She always has nice nails, but they're never quite short enough. But this week she told us that she'd cut them, so we're pretty impressed with that.
Oh, okay. So the nails are your thing with Casey. Interesting. And I guess has there been something super funny that's happened through pre-season or anything like that?
Last week I forgot my shoes.
Oh.
So I had to warm up without any shoes on. Coaches weren't overly impressed, but Dad came to the rest, so I got some shoes.
So Cheltenham have been up to some things. Sounds like you guys are having a lot of fun on the court, which is amazing. Now, do your teammates get you guys confused off it, being twins?
Yeah, some of them do.
Yeah.
But we've played with a lot of them since like Netta, so they're alright.
Oh,
but I think we go through days. They say that some days they can tell us apart and some days they can't. But Alex always has a plait and I always have a ponytail. So.
Oh, okay, so you just shared your secret there. Alright, well, very interesting. Good luck today. Get some calls, have some fun, and we'll see who comes on top. Well done, girls. Thanks for your time. So it was amazing to speak to the twins there, Alex and Meg. Now, Hugh.
Yes.
Good work for getting Alex's name. I don't know how you've done that.
Well, actually, I didn't forget Alex's name, Mac. I was just waiting for you to come in.
Oh, okay. Excuses. But it was perfect to speak to them before the game and see how their transition's gone. And it's nice to see how smooth it's been for them and how they've been really competitive in Div 1.
Yeah, they look very handy, Cheltenham, and they won't be a side that any other team can take lightly.
Yeah, absolutely. And something to watch out for is Casey with her nails, and also some of the girls forgetting their shoes. So something interesting there that they'll keep everyone on their toes, I'm sure.
I've never forgotten my shoes.
I have to say that I've forgotten them for one grand final once, so it's
wasn't
possible.
The one you did your knee in, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Oh,
it wasn't.
okay.
So nice to see that they're doing really well in Div 1.
Okay, now to get back on track, we had a big announcement this week, and that was the interleague coach for this year. And who might that be, man?
So we have Claire, who we spoke about from earlier in the show.
That'd be Claire Howard, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Wood from Frankston Dolphins, and it's amazing to have her on board with her skills and knowledge in the interleague rounds and build-up. And she was formerly from EDS Aspendale, and she was the director of coaching there, and I think she's also had some Victorian experience as well.
I'm told she's coached at international level.
Yeah.
Which I certainly didn't know, but it's great to get that sort of calibre of coach actually working with our interleague girls. Who do you reckon might be in the squad?
Oh, interesting one. I know that they've actually changed the way they're running it this year. So it's if you're in Division 1 or 2, I believe, you are able to talk to your netball coordinator at your club and get across to trials and try and get involved that way compared to selections in the other years.
I really hope that we get a good buy-in from the players in Div 1 and Div 2 because we ran close last year up in Board. Yes. And we ran that one very close, and we're that far away from an interleague win. I think.
Absolutely. And I was in the squad 3 years ago, and just the vibe and everything's increased, and the culture. So really promising signs for the league if everyone buys in there. So hopefully we can get some solid buy-in by the girls. And
now you came up to Boort with us last year.
Yes, I did.
And that was a very good trip, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Fun was had by everyone, and we have Will behind the camera with a big smile at the moment.
And I don't know why he's smiling. I've got no idea. But just quickly on the interleague before we leave it, if you had 2 players that you would really want in your interleague squad, who would they be?
Katie DeGaris from Modialic.
Great.
I think she'd be a solid person in defence. And I think from goals it would nice to have Sophie O'Shea there as well for the height and experience. What about you, Hugh?
I do like that. I'm a massive fan of your Caulfield defender, Phoebe Norton.
Yeah.
I think she is one of the premier defenders in the league and has been for quite some time. I'm going to look at a shooter as well. I think Grace Healy is as good as we've got, and to see her in partnership with Sophie, I mean, you've got the height, you've got the agility from Grace as well.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Obviously the buy-in needs to be there from the girls, so put the pressure on you guys to get involved and hopefully come away with a big win. Okay,
well, we have no games this week because of the Easter break, but we do have 3 games in 2 weeks' time.
Yes.
So we'll start with St Paul's v Oakley District. How do you see this one going, Meg?
I think Oakley District will come out on top. I think it will be interesting to see how St Paul's go with their girls back together. I know they were missing a fair few key people on the weekend.
Yeah,
so
very on demand, weren't they?
Yeah.
I think we'll see a much stronger St Paul's outfit this week. Whether they'll be good enough to beat the star-studded Oakley side, it remains to be seen. I think they might fall a little bit short. I'll tip Oakley.
Okay, and our next game is Cheltenham versus Modialic.
This looks like match of the round for me.
Yeah, it does, absolutely. To have the younger side of Cheltenham, who have come off an amazing win against St Paul's, against Modialic, who's coming off a loss. So it'll be interesting to see how both clubs perform there.
Modialic will be absolutely spitting chips after that game. They will not be happy about dropping it. They'll feel that it's one that they should have won, and that's no disrespect to Heatherton. Heatherton were easily the better side and deserve their win. I think that they will have a few too many guns for Cheltenham in this one, but it's not going to be any fancy scoreline.
Okay, I think also Modialic might come out on top just with their experience, but not underestimating Cheltenham. It could go either way. And our final one is Heatherton versus Caulfield. So, again, another really interesting game there. We also have Beth Wilson, who's made the transition from Caulfield to Heatherton.
So she'll be playing against her old side.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Who are you backing?
Now, Caulfield, what sort of side can we expect to put on the court? Are we getting a few players back, are we?
I think we'll have the same team that we had on the weekend.
Okay.
Or similar to that. We won't have Tiff back yet,
right,
from my belief. But anything's possible with her. You know that she's a very hard worker.
Well,
so
that's it. If anyone can get back soon, then Tiff McConnell can.
Absolutely.
Gee, this is almost a toss of the coin for me. I'll go Heatherton on form, but it wouldn't surprise me to see Caulfield win this one.
Yeah. Interesting. I'm going to go with my club, and I'm going to go back Caulfield. So we'll see how that goes there. Now, Hugh, in the leaderboard, You're out on top, 5 out of 6, where I'm sitting at 4 out of 6.
So one should pull their socks up, shouldn't
Yeah,
one?
they should. But it'll be interesting to see how that goes. And obviously we have Dingley there with a bye. So.
Yeah. And then, of course, regrading after this particular round. I don't think it'll affect Division 1 much,
No.
if at all. Interesting to see if they look at putting somebody up to fill the bye spot, but I can't see it happening, really.
No, not at all.
Down the list, down the grades, have been a few big scores, so
There
there could
has
be a
been.
few changes there, but Sue Kimber was indicating to me that might look at making a couple of changes before this round starts, just to see how sides take to a different grade before it's made final after round 3. Which is a novel idea, but it's not a bad one if you ask me.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, a quick throw to our rumours. Now, Hugh, is there anything you can hear around the courts that you want to share or anything like that?
Look, not real rumours, I suppose. One thing I will say is I was very disappointed by Emily McEwen in her 50th game for Mordy Alec last week.
Emily.
Emily McEwen, did I say? Lucy McEwen, thank you very much indeed. She middle name's Emily.
Oh, okay. Try.
But where were the coloured socks, Lucy?
Yeah.
We expected the coloured socks on your 50th. What happened?
Yeah, and I'd also like to throw Julie from Caulfield from Div 2 under the bus. I know that potentially in the next round she might be rocking some colourful socks and getting on board there. So hopefully we'll see that from some of the Bears girls.
Hopefully we will. Now I've got a question for you, Matt.
Yes.
What colour jacket will you be wearing next week?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Because I've been told that you've been set a bit of a challenge.
Have I? Have I just?
Yes, I've been told that you've been set a challenge to wear something different every week and something added every week.
Yes, my girls have challenged me to do a bit of spot the difference for filming nights. So apparently I have to try and add something bright and colourful each week. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, bright and colourful would be good when you're sitting next to a man in a black shirt, but never mind. Anyway, to wrap up this week, we couldn't produce the show without our partners, Swivs Locker, Body First Health Group, Frankie Media and Sports Performance Tracking.
And remember to jump on the GameFace SFNL Netball Facebook group.
What was that, mate?
I just thought I'd make a little mistake because you made a fair few tonight, so...
Okay, I see where this is going now. Fair enough.
So make sure you jump on the Facebook group and send in your news, photos, and content as well. And download the GameFace app.
Downface the game mode app, is it?
I've just got to finish in fine form. That's all it is.
Yes. Okay.
And make sure you're supporting the group and getting involved there. It'd be great to get the views and likes up. I know that there was a fair few from last week, so some really promising signs there.
We're having a break next week, so happy
Yes.
Easter to you, Matt.
You too, Hugh. Enjoy some Easter eggs.
Hope the bunny's kind to you.
Yes, fingers crossed.
We'll see you in 2 weeks, and remember,
Get your game face on.